Last night on Pokewatch.
You know, I mean, we take the utmost precautions to make sure that our Pokemon
We followed the story of Cole Mustard, a young and adventurous Pokemon trainer with dreams of making it to the Elite Four. Cole fell victim to a Puffin addiction and participated in several heinous acts of Pokemon-related violence, which led to his eventual apprehension by Saffron City's own Officer Jenny. Cole went to trial, but it was a short one as the evidence against him was all too but staggering, leading to a unanimous conviction with a life sentence in a maximum security prison. Tonight, we dive into the disturbed man's past and analyze how he was able to hide this dark side of him for so long. All this and more on Pokewatch. As many young children around the world, Cole one day dreamed of being the best Pokemon trainer, like no one ever was. He grew up in the slums of Pallet Town and hoped that the fame and fortune would one day take him out of the life of poverty and starvation.
As Cole grew up, it seemed that his love for Pokemon was fueled solely by his desire to uproot himself from his downtrodden life and to become the best trainer. As long as his training could bring him success, he would strive to be the best.
Coming from such a poor upbringing, Cole was unable to afford a Pokemon at the age of 10 like so many of his other peers. Instead, he single-handedly tamed a wild Weedle without the use of a Pokeball.
Now, this feat alone made clear the pure talent and untapped potential this young boy had as a future trainer. His skill at handling Pokemon was unrivaled, being able to domesticate even the most unruly of these creatures. It was incredible.
His talent and drive led him to many successes in his early career with only his Weedle, getting him praise and recognition from not only his peers, but from the gym leaders in the region as well. He was featured in magazines and had sponsorship after sponsorship handed to him. For a time, things in Cole's life seemed to be going perfectly, until one day, tragedy struck.
While his skills were impressive, overconfidence at such a young age can lead to catastrophic consequences later on down the road. Cole was skilled, to be sure, but his overconfidence in his abilities made him believe he was untouchable, that his Pokemon couldn't be beat.
During a routine battle with an older trainer, Cole's Weedle was killed. It was battling Onyx, and upon the Weedle's victory, the Onyx fell, crushing the much smaller bug type, as Cole had later stated in an interview, like a grape. This would be the turning point for the young trainer, a turn that would lead to a path of self-destruction.
After everything that had happened, the guy just shut down emotionally. He started going out to bars, getting drunk, and getting into all sorts of mischief. He would knock back as much alcohol as he could, skip out on the tab, and try to get his other Pokemon to bail him out.
This radical change of behavior was shocking, to say the very least, to Cole's friends and his family as well. They all tried, but no one was able to get through to him.
Cole took Weedle to death really hard, you know. I mean, the two of them were absolutely inseparable. Training together, eating together, you know, bathing together, the whole stick. Hell, two of them went to jail once together. They had stolen another trainer's back to get away from a bunch of hungry pidgeys and ended up destroying the back. I never would have got caught. I knew that Weedle dying would change Cole forever. But I never thought it would end up as bad. At first, we just gave him a space to grieve, and I would personally pick him up from the bars he'd been kicked out of, but, you know, after a while, it just got kind of pathetic.
Eventually, alcohol was enough for the grieving trainer. He turned to something far stronger to take the edge away, Puffin. While tasty for a Pokemon, when ingested by humans, Puffins work as a potent and dangerous psychotropic drug.
So one night, the guy was just drinking his sorrows away, and he was so distraught by the loss of his best friend that he would have given anything to remind him of better times. So he figured, why not just take a bite of my Weedle's favorite Puffin? You know, give me that nostalgia. It ended up giving him way more than that. And to be honest, if I'm being 100% truthful, I've always been curious about Poffins myself.
After that, he got into some trouble with the local police and spent a night or two in jail. During that time, he met a talking meow that provided him with information pointing to a place where he could not only find a more potent form of Poffin, but where he could also take part in an underground Pokemon fight club that hosts brutal matches known as Pokebrawls. This was just the outlet Cole felt he needed to move on.
Look, you have to understand. He was a trainer in his prime and he lost his best friend in competing Pokemon. Anything he could do to make himself feel normal again, to get back out there, it was looking really good to him. So yeah, he grabbed a couple of in-house Pokeballs, got into the arena, and he kicked ass. The guy was on a winning streak for weeks.
Unfortunately for Cole, the party would not last for long, as Saffron City's police had set up a sting operation to bring the abusive sport to an end. Cole was arrested and charged with 11 counts of Pokemon abuse. He was convicted and given a life sentence with no chance of parole. A few months ago, prison guards found his cell empty with a hole dug out under his bed. He had escaped and is currently still at large. This is the most recent photo taken of Cole Mustard. Anyone with information of Cole's whereabouts, please call Officer Jenny at DSC PD.
Wait, Mr. Custer.
Get the fuck out of my way.